That's either a yes or a no.
No, ma'am.
Where is it?
I sold it.
To whom and for what?
For paying the bills.
Do you have a receipt for the weight set?
No, ma'am, I do
Then
not.
I can't help you. What else?
Living expenses prior to her getting an apartment.
Mr. Fox, let me explain something to you. We have courts set up for people who are married.
We are not married.
I understand that. We do not have courts for people who are not married, and we don't have judges who are asked to do equitable distribution of property for people who live together for 13 years. You should be very lucky that she acknowledges without a receipt that you bought a dinette table and 4 chairs, which you can have back. I would have given you the amount that you paid for the weight set if you had a receipt for it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not getting living expenses. You're not getting any furniture that you bought 5 years ago, 8 years ago. You lived together as a couple for a long time.
And we separated prior to us moving in.
Perfect. Dinette table and 4 chairs. You'll get an order. Thank you very much. We are done.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I even asked her, are you going to me?
I think that was majorly fair.
Boom, here I am.
I paid for a large chunk of that.
I still love her. I'm going to tell you the truth. I love Jill.
I don't have a comment.
We're both Christians, but I think we need some counseling.
I just want to be left alone, Ashley.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Noah Fairber.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome into a Thursday evening after another nice and mild day. Plenty of sunshine, hardly a cloud in the sky. Kind of the way we like it.
Yeah, great to hear, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to last for much longer.
Well, we've got some rain that will come in this weekend. It's not going to be a lot of rain, but just a little bit as we head into this coming weekend. Checking a few cameras right now. We go to 231 Scottsville Road in Fillmore Park. Looking good there. And Butler County near Woodbury, 52 degrees with the Kentucky Mesonet site there. And then our brand new AAA systems, downtown weather cam, live cam, looking at Pierce Ford Tower and another gorgeous sunset here in the city of Bowling Green. And it looks like it's going to be another nice evening, although on the chilly side, we'll get down to 30 for an overnight low. I've got a look at that chance of rain coming in for the weekend and the 7-day forecast just ahead.
Our top story tonight, in the first Team Kentucky address in his second term as governor, Andy Beshear is touting major success for the Commonwealth. Beshear says the past 4 years have been the best in Kentucky's history for new private sector investments, creating more than 50,000 Kentucky jobs. Beshear attributes a big part of the Commonwealth's success to landing the 2 largest economic development projects in state history, the 2 new electric vehicle battery plants in Hardin and Warren counties.
Combined, these 2 projects will create over 7,000 new Kentucky jobs and are nearly $8 billion in new investment in our Commonwealth. They've also cemented our place as the EV battery production capital of the United States of America.
Bowling Green's AESC electric vehicle battery plant is scheduled to be complete in early 2025. Orchestra Kentucky is back from their biggest performance in the 25-year history, playing at the gubernatorial inauguration of Governor Beshear. The all-professional orchestra was able to play in the Capitol Rotunda in Frankfort alongside all of the pomp and circumstance that is brought with the election. They played a medley of songs from American composers to celebrate the inauguration. Director Jeff Reed says the Rotunda brought its own challenges.
Playing in the Capitol Rotunda is a very different experience for us. It's a really glorious place. The acoustics aren't the best in the world, but just the setting is really inspirational.
Reed also said that the performers were very happy with the opportunity to play at the inauguration. Former Kentucky Governor Julian Carroll will lie in state in the Capitol tomorrow, allowing residents to pay their respects to the man who left a legacy of prosperity in the Commonwealth. The former Kentucky governor died at the age of 92 on Sunday. He He was the first governor from the Purchase area, serving from 1974 to 1979. Jane Kim has the story.
Julian Carroll, described as a man of his word, of faith, and of the Commonwealth, who invested in McCracken County and Western Kentucky during his tenure as governor.
Very eloquent, very powerful speaker, and yet he backed up his words with strong leadership abilities.
He used that leadership to get projects to McCracken County.
Funded the convention center for the initial money and for the convention center. He accelerated funding to complete I-24, the bridge over the Ohio River, and portions of I-24. It still was several years away from being completed, but he increased the funding for it to get it done sooner.
Carroll made his mark alongside other political leaders.
Wendell Ford, John Sherman Cooper, Bert Combs, and many other, particularly local leaders. And so he was one of a class.
He also served as lieutenant governor and in the Kentucky legislature. Amid his service, he's remembered as a true servant to the people of the Commonwealth.
A fierce Union man, strong Christian, and practiced beliefs in both of those. He never got away from being proud of manual labor. And but in the meantime, he was a brilliant attorney, a very strong and bright politician.
Carroll will be buried at Frankfort Cemetery on Saturday next to his wife and son. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife set up 5 survey zones in western Kentucky after a deer near the Tennessee-Kentucky state line was found infected with chronic wasting disease. Since those zones were set up in 2021, no sign of the disease showed up in Kentucky until this season. Chronic wasting disease is a neurological disease that is 100% fatal in the infected deer. The most concerning thing about this disease is that the incubation period is as long as 16 months, meaning a deer could look perfectly fine throughout the year.
A neurologic symptom, it could be, walking in circles. It could be I think you were describing stargazing, where they kind of just stare up or look off into the distance and you're like, what's going on? You're not even seeing me. Or like a lack of fear with humans. So like that's an abnormal behavior. They should have a fight or flight response.
The department is awaiting the results of other hunter-gathered samples right now, but they are hoping to have caught the spread early. If you happen to see a deer acting strangely or looking sickly, Fish and Wildlife ask that you notify them immediately. In more local news now, over 40,000 children have been reached across the entire state of Kentucky by one organization right here in Warren County. Kids on the Block is taking child-sized puppets to spread awareness about child abuse prevention, fire safety, and many more conversations that aren't normally talked about. This learning experience is more than just children learning, though. It's also giving them the chance to speak for themselves.
This really gives children a voice. It tells them what they can do to help stop whatever situation that they're in or to prevent something in the future. Even with our child abuse prevention program, it is preventative. However, we do have children that disclose abuse after seeing our program.
Kids on the Block is always ready and willing to spread knowledge and create an avenue for children to express themselves. For details on how you can support them, you can visit our website. That's WNKY.com. Students at the Bowling Green Montessori School continued a 15-year tradition by making their way across downtown Bowling Green to serenade a few local businesses, including WNKY News 40 with some Christmas carols. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more.
The students at the Montessori school, together with some of their teachers, made their way across downtown, popping into a few businesses to spread Christmas cheer.
Every year we have our kindergartners and we practice singing songs, and we just pop into businesses around town on the square and just sing to them and pass out candy canes.
I caught up with one of the students at the school who told me a little about his day of caroling in downtown Bowling Green.
What's it like to come out and do some caroling today?
Good.
Did you have fun doing it?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Going to Mellow Mushroom.
One local business, back down south, got a big surprise when Santa showed up to surprise the kids while they were visiting.
No, I had no idea Santa was coming. I mean, the biggest surprise. I mean, I think all the kids were so surprised too. No, big shock.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
Still to come on News 40 at 5, lung cancer cases in women, even those who don't smoke, are rising. We'll have more details on what you can do to prevent catching it in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back with a full look at our forecast. He'll tell you when you can expect some warmer temperatures and a little bit of rain coming up next.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service works where you work and can meet you when you need it. Our mobile service van is fully loaded with all the latest tools and diagnostic equipment. We provide a range of services, including oil and filter change, battery health checks, brake services, and tire rotation. Schedule your Greenwood Ford Lincoln mobile service online or by contacting Greenwood Ford Lincoln. With Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service, it's easy to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
BG Home Furnishings is the best place to shop and work. We stay motivated with daily massages.
It is just like the North Pole around here. Santa and his elves are delivering daily. We can make a calendar out of our delivery team. Meet Mr. November, always smiling and ready to deliver your sofa. For over 40 years, we are proud to be a locally owned and operated business. We are so thankful for the continued support of our community.
At FHG, we carry the Johnny O signature brand of clothing that's designed for comfort and made to last. We are dedicated to carrying only the finest clothing and to providing a service that exceeds expectations and to offer the Bowling Green area the best of the best for any man. When clothing makes the man, FHG makes the clothes. From the golf course to the office, FHG and Johnny O have you covered. FHG, clothing and service with a purpose.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we look at the last Titans game, we preview the next Titans game. That's the Mike Vrabel Show on CBS 40.
Join the coach and the seat geek next.
Sunday mornings on WNKY, CBS 40.
Welcome back to News 40 at 5. We're now joined at the desk by Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, I know me, along with many of our viewers, are hoping the rain we see this weekend is nothing compared to what we saw last weekend with the devastating storms.
It'll just be some rain, and it's really the only chance of rain that I see for a while. So if you like today, you'll get that again tomorrow, and like the way it felt, it's going to stay that way. But then we do see some showers that'll come in this weekend, and we're going to see a warm-up over the next several days. No cold coming, as the banner says, for a while. And I mean a while. And this is for much of the country. As you can see, this is all the way, not just in the next several days, but all the way through December 28th. So I'm talking about all the way almost to New Year's, including Christmas, much warmer for the Central Plains and the Midwest and the Central Plains, warmer for the East and Southeast. We kind of split the difference here in Bowling Green, so get used to that. It is not going to be cold enough for any snow, not even close. And then how about the wet weather? Well, it's going to be mainly in the plains, rain in the plains, and it's going to be quite wet and maybe even stormy for a while during that same period. And we kind of split the difference here again from sort of a wet scenario to a dry one, especially over the southeast and the northeast. So maybe a few chances of rain, but it's going to stay warm. Therefore, no snow, no real cold air coming anytime soon. So what you see is what you get, really. It looks like it's going to stay rather mild, too. 61. That is where we landed today for a high temperature, 11 degrees warmer than the normal. 50, 27 is where we started this morning. 32 is where we should be on average. As we check things out right now from the airport with that beautiful sky, 50 degrees with a northeast wind at 7. That's the change today, is that the winds have come in from the northeast since we had that dry front come through yesterday. And talking dry here, 39% humidity, 26 the dew point, and the barometer at 30.61 and rising. It's one of those times where you can scoot your feet across the carpet and go zip Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe your kids will. But anyway, here's a look at the Kentucky Mesonet Network. We've got everything from 40s to 50s, 50 right now in Bowling Green, but look at Madisonville over in Hopkins County. They're at 60 degrees even at this hour, but everybody will start to cool down a bit more. Skies are clear. Look at the high pressure ridge. I mean, this thing is large and in charge all the way out to the Carolinas, down to the Gulf Coast. The only inclement weather is out in the plains where it's going to be wet, windy, and a little stormy at times. But for us, this is going to hang on and give us the continued nice weather until we get into Saturday. So in between here, we're going to continue to see the very nice sunny skies during the day again tomorrow. We may notice a few high clouds from time to time, but here comes our system out of the plains. It is going to get weaker as it runs into this ridge of high pressure. So yeah, we're going to get some shower activity as we get into Saturday and Sunday, but it's not going to be very stormy. Some rain will start to come in thanks to that jet stream wobbling back and forth. We'll start to see some of that enter the picture here by Saturday afternoon and evening. Not really calling for any severe weather out of this system. 30 tonight, clear and cold across the area. Then tomorrow we go 63, 60 on Saturday with that chance of showers. And some of those showers will be more later Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then even early Monday, we could see a few showers turning colder with highs in the 40s, but that's a temporary cool down. As you see, we go right back into the 50s the middle of next week. Here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
Russell Sims Aquatic Center season passes make great gifts. Solo passes are $85 and family 4 passes are $200. Get your passes before prices go up by calling or visiting bgky.org/BGPR.
Right now, a brand new move-in ready Jago home is more affordable than you might think. Jago Homes has the gift of a low 5.5% 30-year fixed interest rate that's guaranteed for the life of your loan. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable throughout the year with our exclusive Energy Smart technology. Find your dream home today at jagohomes.com. Yes, you really can be home for the holidays.
This December, Kelly's all new. This is dangerous. I do not need another dog.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Big Bang Theory star Kate Micucci is recovering from a recent surgery for lung cancer. The actress who played Lucy on the popular show says doctors caught the cancer early, adding that the diagnosis was a surprise since she's, quote, never smoked a cigarette in her life. Research shows lung cancer cases have risen among women in recent years, even those who never smoked. In today's Health Minute, we take a look at how common it is for non-smokers to be diagnosed with lung cancer and what puts a person at risk beyond smoking. It's long been known that those who smoke now or in the past are at higher risk for lung cancer, but people who don't smoke can be diagnosed with it too.
Upwards of 20%, especially of women who get lung cancer, are never smokers.
The American Cancer Society says exposure to secondhand smoke, pollution, family history, and other factors can contribute to lung cancer diagnosis. But there's not always a clear culprit, says Dr. James Finnegan with National Jewish Health.
Most of the people we see who are non-smokers who get lung cancer don't have a documented other cause.
According to the nonprofit, Women's Health Access Matters. Lung cancer cases among women have skyrocketed, 84% over the past 42 years, while dropping among men. The organization says non-smoking women are more than 2 times likely to get lung cancer than men who don't smoke.
It can be hard to catch because a lot of these people are asymptomatic.
But there are red flags to watch out for, including a persistent cough that won't go away, coughing up blood, and unexplained weight loss.
This is not an epidemic of people who get lung cancer who are non-smokers, but it definitely happens. Taking care of yourself, following up with your doctor, those are all good things to do.
Finnegan says if you are a smoker, the best thing you can do for your health is quit. And to get screened every year. With advances in treatment, he says catching this cancer early significantly improves outcomes in patients. An experimental cancer vaccine is showing benefits against fighting melanoma skin cancer. That's what drug makers said on Thursday, 3 years after receiving the mRNA Moderna vaccine, along with Merck's Keytruda immunotherapy. Participants had an almost 50% lower risk of it coming back or death. About a quarter of participants reported serious adverse events related to the treatment. Moderna's CEO says the company is preparing for the therapy to be approved as soon as 2025. He says they are building a new commercial manufacturing plant to be ready. The therapies have not been peer-reviewed or published in a professional journal yet, but according to the American Cancer Society, melanoma accounts for about 1% of all skin cancers. It causes a majority of skin cancer deaths. To consumer news now, nearly 2,000 cases of Diet Coke, Sprite, and Fanta Orange have been recalled due to possible foreign material in the cans. The Food and Drug Administration says the impacted beverages were pulled from stores in Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. Neither Coca-Cola nor the FDA have released information about what the material is inside the cans. The cases of soda came from United Packers LLC, based in Mobile, Alabama. The recall began on November 6th, and officials say there are no more affected cans on the market. But the FDA is warning customers to check their homes for any of the recalled items by checking the UPC codes on the agency's website. Caught on camera, scammers with a new trick up their sleeves this holiday season. You may have already fallen victim to it too without even knowing it. Police say thieves are tampering with gift cards so your money winds up in their pockets. Alan Henry explains how it works and what you can do to protect your cash.
The scammers are already getting to the gift cards before you even purchase it and leave the store.
These more than 5,000 gift cards are actually lumps of coal in waiting. Sacramento police say one man put them in more than 50 Target stores to scam thousands of people out of potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They're placing their own barcodes on top of the barcodes of that gift card.
In Pennsylvania, police caught video of another man entering a store and instead of taking gift cards off the shelf, taking some out of his jacket and putting them on the shelf.
They're just waiting for someone to load money onto it and activate the card. And the moment it does, then the scammer is alerted. And then they're going to drain that account of the $5, the $100, $1,000, and then the recipient of the card will no longer have anything.
We reached out to Target. The Minnesota company says it takes gift card scams like this very seriously and, quote, encourages team members to look for guests purchasing high dollar amounts or large quantities of gift cards or tampering with gift cards in stores. But the Better Business Bureau says it's important to take a good look for yourself at any gift cards you buy this holiday season.
Check to see if there's any rips or tears or any tampering of that scratch-off code that might be existing in the back of the card. That might mean wherever that card is displayed in the store, the scammer's already gotten to it.
Still to come on News 40 at 5, a new defense bill giving military members a pay raise has passed through Congress. We'll have more details on how this new bill could affect aid for Israel and Ukraine right after this.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Santa does.
At Abound Credit Union, we're for your peace of mind and solutions that are a piece of cake. We're for bills getting smaller and cash flow getting larger. We're for consolidating debt and saving you money because Abound is for personal loans that bring value for living.
At Hard Copies, we're the music lovers music store. With our sizable new music selection, our slice of local flavor, and wall-to-wall swag. We're your prime local spot for all things in rock. Hard Copies, located inside Greenwood Mall.
On December the 16th, on National Wreaths Across America Day, join us at Bowling Green Garden Cemetery on Lovers Lane as we remember our veterans. At 9 a.m., you can help us place a wreath on the headstone of one of our fallen heroes. At 11 a.m., we will have a ceremony to pay tribute to those who have served our country, and we will honor America's active duty military and their families. Join us as we honor our American heroes this holiday season on December the 16th.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Holidays for the Homeless has arrived at Leachman Buick GMC. Help impact lives within your local community by donating essential items needed this winter season. Items needed most are hats, coats, gloves, blankets, and sleeping bags. Leachman will be serving as the drop-off location now through January 1st. Let's share the love with those who need it most this holiday season. Brought to you by Leachman Buick GMC.
Thousands of military men and women will get bigger paychecks next year after the House passed the National Defense Authorization Act, which includes the largest pay bump for America's military members in more than 2 decades. However, some previous key provisions were taken out, and a key battle over war aid for Ukraine and Israel is expected to go unresolved until next year. Laura Aguirre has more on Thursday's House vote.
House lawmakers approved the annual renewal of the National Defense Authorization Act. Already passed by the Senate, it has a price tag tipping just past $886 billion.
There are men and women on the front lines across this nation and across the world who are doing the work of this nation.
The bill includes the military's biggest pay raise in more than 20 years, over 5%. It also gives many members additional pay allowances to help with off-base housing and meeting monthly expenses, a move that could boost lagging recruitment numbers.
Of the 5 Defense Department service branches, only 2, the Marine Corps and Space Force, met their active duty enlistment recruitment goals for the fiscal year 2023. In the midst of this recruiting crisis, it makes 0 sense to artificially limit the reach of our military recruitment advertisements.
Controversial provisions related to abortion services and transgender health care for service members were left out, despite being included in a House defense bill that passed this summer. The bill extends current aid for Ukraine through the end of 2026, but funding for a separate $105 billion national security package covering both Ukraine and Israel aid remains mired in bipartisan contention.
I'm very disappointed that we are breaking for the holidays without additional Ukraine funding, without additional Israel funding, without additional humanitarian funding.
The NDAA now goes to President Joe Biden's desk to be signed into law. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Stay tuned because we'll have a final check of your forecast when we return.
Dog Stay Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dog Stay Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dog Stay Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at dgokY.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dog Stay Out.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer attacks and relieve your asthma symptoms. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over. It is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing. Hopscotch. Someone came to play.
on WNKY NBC 40.
Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service works wherever you are and can meet you when you need it. Our mobile service van is fully loaded with all the latest tools and diagnostic equipment. We provide a range of services including oil and filter change, battery health checks, brake services, and tire rotation. Schedule your Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service online or by contacting Greenwood Ford Lincoln. With Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service, it's easy to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day. News 40 sunrise way. I'm waking up my day. WNKY. Yeah, when you run the force to get you out the door. I'm waking up my day. The News 40 sunrise way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
Now, Chris, you may not think I pay attention to your forecasts, but I do. And throughout this week, I've noticed two words that have been popping up a lot: clear, cold, for the nighttime forecasts.
Yeah, we're going to have that. We're getting into that point where we have kind of a mild, warmish day, then it really gets cold at night. When the skies are clear, there's not a blanket of clouds around like we're seeing, or have seen before. But tonight, as you can see right there, clear sky, 30 degrees, and then tomorrow, another nice day and warmer with a high of 63, some showers for the weekend.
Yeah, that's definitely some cooler down weather, but hey, we can always take it.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us on News 40 at 5. We'll see you over on CBS 40 at 6.